nobody is going to want you. Nobody talks to Olori when it is a big taboo. Nobody talks. Nobody will look your side again. You will wander the earth by yourself. Nobody wants Olori. I'm the biggest person. I'm a first-class king. I'm the biggest person you'll ever have in your life. You will never ever meet anybody bigger than me. That's how he talks. I love Tiwa. I love Tiwa Savage. Tiwa Savage is a queen. She's a queen of Afrobeats. I love Roboskeske. I love Tiwa Savage. When I saw it, I was like, Tiwa Savage, if you're sensible, you will just run, because he will destroy your finances. He will use your star. He will use your ori. He will destroy you. So just keep walking and don't look back. Keep walking. He said, me, I'm old cargo. I'm too old for him, because I keep catching him with little 13-year-old girls, 18-year-old girls, 17-year-old girls. He said, but Tiwa Savage is my senior mate. There are a lot of households, even in Lagos, modernized Lagos, where women are living second, third, fourth wives. I was reading 2 weeks ago, there was a woman, a Lagos-based woman, that she jumped off the bridge and killed herself and left behind 2 boys. And everyone was mocking her online that she was the second wife and she took somebody else's place. We don't know what the man told her. We don't know why she agreed to go into the marriage. My marriage was based on a foundation of lies, and that's why I agreed to it. I would hear when he was talking to his other girlfriends and things of that nature. So I was not permitted to learn the language. And the little Yoruba that I know, I would download little applications on my phone, and try to teach myself as much as the language. Now that I'm in Lagos, I'm free to learn, and I'm so excited. I wish to even greet you. Bawoni, Shalafialewa, Ekasan. I want to be able to greet everybody in Yoruba and speak to you guys and conversate. Is my dream. This is what happened. I came to Africa. I wanted to, since I was a child, I always dreamed of coming to Africa. Africa, the motherland, the home of my ancestor. Africa. When the plane landed in Nigeria, December 2015, I was inside the baggage terminal crying. I'm in Africa. I couldn't believe I was standing on African soil. I use God as my witness. He said to me, they're not rejoicing over me, they're rejoicing over you. They don't want you here. It's you they don't want. It's not me they're rejoicing over. They're rejoicing over you. They don't want you. Nobody wanted you. I put crown on your head. Nobody wanted it. So they're happy to see you go. That's what he said to me on the phone. He said, I don't know why you're still in Lagos. Nobody is going to want you. Nobody talks to Olori when it is a big taboo. Nobody talks. Nobody will look your side again. You will wander the earth by yourself. Nobody wants Olori. I'm the biggest person. I'm a first-class king. I'm the biggest person you'll ever have in your life. You will never ever meet anybody bigger than me. That's how he talks. Oh, you're old cargo. You're old cargo, but you went to Besse Tiwa Savage. Tiwa Savage is my senior mate. So you're saying me, I'm old cargo because I'm a woman in my 30s as a single mother to a child. Tiwa Savage is in her 40s. She's a single mother to a child, and the child is older than my child. But because Tiwa Savage is rich, so it's okay. You understand?
I was going to ask you that. How did you feel when you heard that you wanted to marry Tiwa Savage?
You know what? I was like, I love Tiwa.
Because you and Tiwa almost look alike.
I love Tiwa Savage. Tiwa Savage is a queen. She's a queen of Afrobeats. I love Roboskeske. I love Tiwa Savage. When I saw it, I was like, Tiwa Savage, if you're sensible, you will just run, because he will destroy your finances. He will use your star. He will use your ori. He will destroy you. So just keep walking and don't look back. Keep walking. He said, me, I'm old cargo. I'm too old for him, because I keep catching him with little 13-year-old girls, girls, 18-year-old girls, 17-year-old girls. He said, but Tiwa Savage is my senior mate. She's older than me. Oh, because of money. He can do anything for 1 naira. He can do it because of money. But I know Tiwa was, we all laughed about it. It was all a joke. But imagine you will now use Tiwa Savage to try to do pepper them. Yes. You understand? That's all it was. He's trying to do pepper them towards me. Me, I know you. I know you're diabolical. You're Satan in wearing Ofi. You understand? I know you. You cannot do pepper them to me. You're a fake. I know you. I would just feel sorry for Tiwa because she doesn't know you. You understand? And look at Tiwa. When I first got to Nigeria 2015, it was even her husband accused her of many wrong things, bad things. And even I was watching an interview with her in 2015 where she was on the TV, she was crying and she was debunking all what happened to her. She was debunking everything that happened to her. So the same thing that you're doing to your wife, the same lies that it was being told on her is the same thing you're doing to me. You think she will now even join your bandwagon? She's also a woman with a child. She's also well-traveled. She has experience. You understand? So I was just, Kawesi, you're doing good, Oin.
Before we round up, really, before I ask you the question about the NGO, what advice are you going to give the next woman that's Oba Adewale?
No.
The one that's going to get into his trap. What else are you going to give her?
No, you know what? I will just say this. I will just say it's not my business.
No, the next one that's going to get into his trap.
Woman that goes
into his trap.
The next woman that will fall victim, because there's many lined up waiting. You understand? And it's good. Is that narcissists need supply. Okay. Narcissists, they need, if you educate yourself about narcissist abuse, one thing about narcissists, they can't be alone. They need supply. He will want to sleep with you the very first day he meets you. He has to get in your pants. It's by force, by fire. I woke up to find this king on top of me.
Just live and direct on top of you, Your Highness.
I went to this party. I was drinking. I went upstairs to sleep. And I woke up 3 o'clock in the morning to a 50-year-old man on top of my body, and my clothes were removed. And he told me, you don't say no to a king, and I'm going to marry you, and you are gonna, and this. And I just, what can I do? You understand? He was already doing what he's doing. And the next day I was taken to Iwo. And then the following month, a crown was put on my head. The first time he put a crown on my head, we went to Oni's Thanksgiving ceremony with the former wife. That was March 15th. And that was the first time he put this crown on my head to go to Oni's Thanksgiving ceremony. A day that is about him and his wife at the time.
That's Olori.
Yes. Why will you now put it was just to take the spotlight. That's all it was about. Because after that, when we made our first appearance at that event, the news, the next day, it was all over the news. This queen is wearing crown. Who's it? And then he started doing all this interview. He started granting interview. Oh, yes, because no one knows Iwo. Who knew Iwo before? You understand? Nobody knew Iwo before. So he used me. You understand? You use me to trend. Now you want to erase me. Oh, why are you still bearing HRH? Why are you still calling yourself Olori? Oh, she's not my wife anymore. Don't give her any respect to this office. Excuse me, I helped you build this office. Did I not help you build this office? Did you not gain all this popularity because of using me? My wife is my wife. How did you and your wife meet? We met in Canada, which was a lie. You understand? A first-class king. No one asked you. We didn't ask you. You understand? You lied. So now you want to erase me from the history of this throne. It's not possible. You're making history every day. And I'm standing right beside you. I will always be known as the first Olori to Oluwo, whether they like it or not. My son is a crown prince, whether you like it or not. Come and do DNA. If you don't like it, you can pay the DNA agents like you paid the AIG to life for you. Then we can do DNA in every hospital in Lagos to prove that my son is your son. You get?
I want to ask before we round up, what was the reaction of your parents, especially towards the marriage?
And my mom has gone to Jamaica right now to be with my grandmother. My grandmother is in her late 70s. My mom, oh my God, it's so heartbreaking. He's just disgraced the whole family, disgraced himself in front of the whole world. In Jamaica, the news went around. Oh, the king dumped his wife, the Jamaican wife. My whole time with him, the first day I stepped foot in that palace, it was a whole army of enemies I inherited because he had a lot of people he double crossed to get to that throne. So they automatically hated me. Oh, she's a whore. She's this, she's that. And now that we weren't together, then there was another army of people that he raised up against me, that women that want to take my position now. Oh, she's a whore. You're bad. You're this, you're that. So my parents were like so heartbroken because they knew he was beating me. There was a point where I stopped.
That makes me so sad, beating you.
There was a point where I stopped contacting my mom about the abuse. I stopped talking to her about it because I didn't want to stress her out. I don't want her to worry. Yeah, so, my parents, it's been a big disgrace upon them because, especially my mom, there were times when I would call her crying that, this man has just beat me. This man, again, I was there with just me, my son, and God. So it reached a point in time where I stopped telling my mom things because she's so far away. You understand? I'm in the middle of Nigeria with nobody, just me and my son. So when my mom would call and be like, "Is everything okay?" I'd be like, "Yeah, everything's great," because I knew I wasn't leaving my husband. So it doesn't make sense to keep complaining to her and to worry her. My mom and Kabesi are age mates. My dad and Kabesi are age mates. So somebody took your daughter, and I don't want to just stress her. So I stopped even saying, he's beating me, or this is happening, or I stopped saying. But then when the news went viral, that even the statement that he put out, we're not together anymore, and don't do business with her, and don't grant any respect to her with this office. My parents saw it, and they were just so heartbroken because they know a lot of the secrets about how I suffered there. They know my parents didn't. My parents didn't enjoy one dime from him. You understand? It wasn't
not a dowry or anything.
Nothing. There was no dowry. There was nothing. My parents,
like a send off to them, maybe gifts.
Nothing. My parents didn't enjoy a dime from him. It was when we got to Canada in November, he gave me 300 Canadian dollars to send to Jamaica to my father. My father was in a car accident in 2009 that left him crippled. He can't walk without a walker. Doctors told him he would never walk again, and they trusted this man. And it's just so sad. I never ever cheated on this man. Imagine you're dating somebody, you're married to somebody that's the same age as your father, as a young girl. This man is the same age as my father. And I stayed with you for 4 years. You didn't have anything. You didn't even have,
and all the good luck came during your stay with him.
Yeah, you understand? Because, my wife is so beautiful. My wife is Canadian. We're Canadians. My son is Odudua. You used us. I never cheated on you for one day, but now you're saying that I cheated on you. It's destroyed me so much that this person that I stood beside, do everything, I stood beside you, and this is how you want to play me? You want to play me out like this? You caught me on top of a man. I begged him with God, please don't destroy this family. So I caught you. You were texting this guy and I caught you. Yes, you caught me. Will I say no? You didn't catch me. I said yes, I was, but I wasn't doing anything wrong. We're just friends.
Not that I even caught you nakedly with a guy.
Nothing. For 4 years.
A conversation.
A prisoner in this palace for 4 years. And while I was begging him, he was secretly recording me with a tape recorder that he's playing all over Lagos. Listen, I caught her, listen. So I caught you? Yes, you caught me. It was because of a text. It wasn't that he caught me on top of a man. That didn't happen, people. That never happened. And that is what's so hurtful about this thing. That you're with someone that's old enough to be your father. And you're not for 4 years faithful while you cheated on me, beat me, used juju to threaten me every time. We have to go into blood oath. He's even told me the day I left the palace, he said, you don't even have any more luck. Your luck is finished. Your star is over. Your luck is finished. You have no more luck. I've used it. What does that mean? I still don't know what does that mean. What does
Sorry, Your Highness. Sorry, Your Highness. Sorry, Your Highness. Sorry, Your Highness. Sorry. Nobody can use your luck anywhere. It's just a threat, Your Highness. Sorry. Your Highness, I want to ask you that are you looking at a situation where you put your experience, document it, so that a lot of women, especially women in power, can learn one or two things from your experience? Women in traditional institutions can learn a lot of things, because you have a lot of young girls that are going to marry to be kings, and some are there. And do you think it is only the women in traditional institutions that face the kind of challenges you face, the kind of emotional insults you faced in your experience, man?
I feel that polygamy is not only limited to royal household. There are a lot of households, even in Lagos, modernized Lagos, where women are living second, third, fourth wives. I was reading 2 weeks ago, there was a woman, a Lagos-based woman, that she jumped off the bridge and killed herself and left behind 2 boys. And everyone was mocking her online that she was the second wife and she took somebody else's place. We don't know what the man told her. We don't know why she agreed to go into the marriage. My marriage was based on a foundation of lies, and that's why I agreed to it. And look what happened to me. So, one thing I would say is that women, we need to uplift women, uplift each other, instead of putting each other down. In my situation, a lot of women have been mocking and been saying all these awful things. I never seen you a day in my life. So how do you know what happened behind the closed doors of my bedroom? How do you know what happened behind the closed doors of my home? How dare you put your 2 cents opinion or your 2 cents? But then it's not even how dare you put your opinion when my husband has brought our laundry into the public domain. So I guess you have rights to put your 2 cents into our business. Even I'm bringing it to the public myself. I would tell women to, especially young girls that aspire to be Olori, I would tell you to go to school, study something, start business, do things that you're able to stand on your own. Because me, when I was in that palace, I was not permitted to have any kind of business, even to learn Yoruba.
So you learn something as basic as Yoruba language.
I was not permitted to learn Yoruba because then I would hear when he was talking to his other girlfriends and things of that nature. So I was not permitted to learn the language. And the little Yoruba that I know, I would download little applications on my phone and try to teach myself as much as the language. Now that I'm in Lagos, I'm free to learn and I'm so excited. I wish to even greet you. Bawoni, Shalafialewa, Ekasan. I want to be able to greet everybody in Yoruba and speak to you guys and conversate is my dream. And now my dream can be a reality. Educate yourselves, women, have your business. All you women in business that are standing firm, I commend you. That's one thing. I wasn't allowed to have anything on my own. Because this was happening to me is something that was premeditated. I was just a stepping stone that was used in order to get him to another person that can do more for him.
Another pedestal.
You understand? Now he wants to marry, and he's talking about he wants to marry a royal northern princess. The only thing I will say is which right thinking, mentally sane family will trust their daughter to a monster like this. it's possible. I won't say, congratulations, if you want to do that, is great. But this person is a monster. And you're just looking for a family name to use. You're just looking for somebody's wealth to back. Go and find something of your own, Oluwo. Go and set up a business. Go and do something of your own instead of posting pictures all around in Instagram and dancing all around like a ramscallion.
I want to ask you that. Will you say your own? Can you describe your case as an accident of fate? Because you didn't plan to marry him. You came for a vacation, and one thing went into another, and before you knew it, you became the Olori.
Happened to me, I want my story. This is what happened. I came to Africa. I wanted to. Since I was a child, I always dreamed of coming to Africa. Africa, the motherland, the home of my ancestor. Africa. When the plane landed in Nigeria, December 2015, I was inside the baggage terminal crying. I'm in Africa. I couldn't believe I was standing on African soil. I was crying in the airport. All of my people that came to pick us at the airport, they were like, look at that. They were laughing at me. It was like, I felt like I came home. And this is what happened to me, kings. I came home to Africa. I trusted my life to a king. And this is what kings that we depend on for prayer. King that we depend on for prayer is now telling me to go into blood oaths. King that we depend on for prayer is telling me I no longer have any luck, that he has used it. King that we depend on for protection is now beating me in front of my child. King that we depend on for guidance. We depend on kings for guidance.
Spiritual guidance.
It's not even spiritual guidance, but even traditional guidance, culture. These are custodians of culture that you will now dress up as an Eze. You dress up as an Obi.
As an emir.
As an emperor. This is not Yoruba culture. And this is one of the problems in the relationship. I would always tell him, yes, you're a Muslim, but you're not a custodian of Islam. You're a custodian of Yoruba culture. So you're blurring the lines between religion and tradition. You're a part of the enemy. Okay, sorry. So I can't say anything. But what I'm saying is not wrong. You're dressing up as an emir. You're dressing up as an. Will you see Oba of Benin wearing Ofi and never? Will you see Sultan of Sokoto carrying calabash and be doing? Is not their culture. Yes, Islam is your religion, but you're not a custodian of Islam. You are a custodian of Yoruba culture. And that's what we're dependent on you to do. So I feel like my story is, I came to Africa to experience the culture, which I was exposed to. Everything I was exposed to was not culture. My son's name is Odudua. I'm wearing a crown that you now said I'm a shawo, but I'm wearing the crown of your ancestor. You're dressing up as an Eze. You've now proclaimed yourself as an emir. None of this is the culture I came to experience. You understand? I feel like I came to Africa and this is what happened to me. This is my story. This is what happened to me. I can only talk about what happened to me. I feel like young girls go to school, study. You can marry, you can aspire to marry, but that shouldn't be your whole goal in life. Look at me now. I'm a single mom with no business. I don't have any school. I don't have anything. What will I fall back on? You understand? I will start my own business. I will start an NGO. I will write a book about what happened to me behind the closed doors of the palace. I will talk about these things. This is not the end for me, but is more of a beginning. I went there to learn something.
When there's to learn something, Your Highness, that's the biggest breakthrough statement you just made, that you went there to learn something. Because I want you, Your Highness, to look at it, and that's one of the things we are pushing for when we are pressing for the proposal for this interview, that the summary of your experience is a learning curve.
Learning curve.
Yeah, that everything is not about emotional breakdown. Of course, it appears as if you are humiliated, but nobody can have that experience. Your experience is legendary. Your experience is inspirational. Your experience is going to go a long way to tell us about the deficiency in our traditional culture, about the deficiency in marriage in the traditional culture, and maybe someone somehow someday will be able to build upon it and there'll be a correction. And that is why we seek your opinion. Let's also ask you that a lot of people are looking at you around the world and they say, somebody spoke to us from Canada the other day and said, oh, we need to support her, we're looking for you. At the time the person told me you were in Canada and they were trying to pin you down. I wouldn't know. A lot of people have called on our channel and said, we would like to meet this woman. What can we do to support her cause? Maybe to project her NGO, to promote her experience, her documentation, and any other thing you want to do. How can people be of help? Because as far as we are concerned, you are a very respectable, wonderful, humble person. I know you to be very quiet, amiable. You don't talk. You carry yourself with a lot of grace, a lot of charisma, and I think you deserve a life after the palace. And a lot of people want to help you. How can they reach out? How can they help you?